Credential Designer in TruCredential Software uses an intuitive drag-and-drop interface, making it easy to create custom credentials. The Credential Designer provides layers for your design, which allows you to organize your credential elements in a clear and logical way. In this series of videos, we'll show you how to use credential design tools and layers to design credentials that meet the unique needs of your program, whether you're serving citizens, consumers, students, or employees. We'll design 2 credentials as examples to discuss some of the design elements in TruCredential software. The first example is an Education ID that shows elements on the color, black, and topcoat layers. The second example is a Corporate ID that shows elements of the non-printable area, ultraviolet, UV, lamination, and magnetic stripe layers. To start using Credential Designer, choose Credentials from the Design drop-down menu. Any existing designs are listed on the page. Click Create to create a new credential. You can select a design from a template or create your own design. For this example, we click Create a New Design. TruCredential software displays the canvas for your new design. Let's explore this page. At the top of the page, you can edit the name of the credential design by clicking the Edit button next to the name. Enter a unique name in the name field. Here you can also specify the dimensions of the cardstock on which you will print your credential by selecting an industry standard size or entering custom dimensions. If you wish, you can add notes about your credential design in the description box. Then click Save. At the bottom of the page, click Save to save this credential. As you design your credential, you should periodically click Save, just as you do when working on any electronic document. The Save As button is different from the Edit button next to the credential name. Save As saves another version of the same credential. Edit simply changes the name of the credential. The Credential Designer toolbar is located below the design name. The available options vary depending on which layer is selected. We'll look at these options later. The design area displays blank credentials for both the front and the back of the credential. The notation Active Design Layer, color YMC, tells us not only which layer is active, but also that the front side is selected. To select the back side, just click the credential. Now the back side is selected. The orientation for this credential is Landscape. If you want to change it to Portrait, click the Portrait or Landscape Orientation button. This button toggles between the 2 orientation options. If you want to position design elements in precise locations on the credential, you can use the grid display or the ruler display or both on the side you have selected. These tools toggle on and off. Zooming in when the grid or ruler is displayed enables extra precision. You have the ability to zoom in or out of your active credential design by selecting an option from the Zoom drop-down menu or by clicking the plus or minus magnifying glass buttons. Auto Zoom displays the entire side within your browser page. Now let's look at the Layers and Properties tabs at the right of the page. The Properties tab is blank because we have not placed any elements on the design. Click the Layers tab. As noted earlier, the color YMC layer is active. It is also enabled and visible. You must enable a layer before you can make it active. We'll use the background layer to demonstrate. If we just click the layer, we see this error message at the top of the page. Enable a layer by clicking its checkbox. Then, make the layer active by clicking it. By default, the layer is visible. Click the eye icon to make the layer invisible. Toggle the eye icon to make the layer visible again. Even when the layer is invisible, it will be printed on the credential. Hiding a layer just makes it easier for you to focus on the elements of another layer that may overlap it. Layers also help you plan how your credentials will actually print, using separate layers for different ribbon sections and non-printing areas. If you want a photograph to print in color but your text to print using the black panel, simply select the color layer and drop a photograph field onto the credential. Then, enable and activate the black layer and drop the text fields into position. When planning your design, keep in mind that the color layer uses only the C, M, and Y panels of the ribbon. Black color on this layer is a processed black. Only elements on the black K layer are printed using the K panel. Special printer capabilities such as UV printing, embossing, and magnetic stripe encoding all have their own layers with their own sets of functionality. For example, enabling the magnetic stripe layer will automatically insert an encoding field at the standard location for most credentials. Of course, this can be customized if needed. In the next section, we'll look at our first example credential design.